Welcome to session 3 of the 7x7 video series for understanding and applying the SFS. In this session, we'll discuss our findings from the last stage of the development project, in which we ran a different kind of correlative analysis to find relationships between our three underlying factors and traits related to various wellness categories, such as quality of life, resilience, coping, social support, and more. Let's start this session with a bigger picture question about multi-domain models for supporting and enhancing readiness. In section 3 of your resource book, you'll find graphics representing the multi-domain readiness models used in United States Special Operations Command and in the Department of Defense as a whole. As you can see, in both of those graphics, these models include spiritual readiness as a unique and also complementary domain of total readiness. As chaplains, how can we best occupy these domains? Supporting our own unique readiness efforts and also demonstrating the impact of spiritual readiness on total readiness. Both the first and last article listed on the final page of the resource book will answer this question in depth, but for now, my team suggests that chaplains first need to populate the spiritual readiness domain with crisp, unique points of performance that can be meaningfully measured. Certainly all of the other domains are doing or have done just that. We suggest that our three core attributes of spiritual fitness are well suited to this task, since they are indeed crisply identified, uniquely spiritual, and quantifiable using the SFS. However, there is more that must be done. Crisp, unique, measurable points of performance should also be capable of correlation with traits belonging to other readiness domains and to wellness traits that transcend all domains. In short, chaplains as readiness professionals should be able to articulate a clear and unique evidence base for their own domain, and then should be able to demonstrate how growth within their domain can contribute to growth as a whole, or growth in total readiness. In order to accomplish the second part of that task, that is, demonstrating the impact of growth in spiritual readiness to growth in total readiness, our team ran correlative analysis between our three core attributes and 52 wider wellness traits. You can find some results of that analysis in the right-hand column of the table in section 3 of your resource book, labeled Adding Correlations with the Three Core Attributes. You can find another graphic related to our correlative analysis on the next page, labeled At-a-Glance Correlations. As you can see, our three core attributes associated with the three subscales of the SFS have significant relationships with a number of important larger wellness traits, including stress-related growth, life meaning, coping, couple satisfaction, familial expressiveness, perceptions of stress, adaptive reframing, resilience, loneliness. We won't have time here to explore the contours of correlative analysis, although again, many free online videos and other resources can help you with such exploration if you're interested. Instead, we'll simply say that these relationships are real, and they work both ways. We have evidence to support our claim that growth in one of the three core attributes of spiritual fitness will likely be related to growth in those other traits, or negative growth if the correlation coefficient is in the negative, such as loneliness. An exhaustive table listing our correlative findings can be found in the methodology article listed on the final page of your resource book entitled The SOCOM Spiritual Fitness Scale, Measuring Vertical and Horizontal Spirituality in the Human Performance Domain. It's important to say that correlations with wider traits should not in itself be necessary to prove the importance of spiritual fitness. The designers of our military readiness models have already agreed that spiritual readiness represents an important and unique aspect of human flourishing. However, these correlations can help our key leaders understand some of the way that spiritual fitness and spiritual readiness supports overall wellness and at the nexus of other domains of readiness. And that can make a big difference. Let's really shift gears now and begin to work with the SFS in a more direct fashion as a metrical tool. Let's talk about administering the SFS in your local setting. If you want, you can flip back to section 2 in your resource book. If you're sure your entire population is religious, let's say you're a chapel pastor, or if you're administering the SFS as a part of a spiritual retreat, you might want to remove item 11, the atheist screener question, and simply mix all of the 17 items together so the questions containing language about God will be shuffled in with the rest of the questions. Let me just pause here to say that we expect that theists will actually be able to answer all of the questions from the perspective of their belief in God, whether there's language about God in each question or not. If you are sure that your population is entirely theist, it is good to mix all together. A mix provides variety and can enhance focus. Just remember to keep straight which questions belong to which subscale, so you'll be able to average each subscale separately. Now, if your population is mixed between theists and non-theists, which we assume will be the case for most of you most of the time, we recommend sticking with the format on the scale sheets as included in Section 2 of your resource book. You'll see the PMPV and SSGG items are mixed together on the left-hand side, and the PCHP questions are standing alone with the atheist screener question on the right-hand side, together with an introductory paragraph about what makes the PCHP questions different. As you can see, each of the questions on either side of the scale sheets offers 5 ascending choice options from strongly disagree to strongly agree. In order to convert these responses to numbers, which can be statistically recorded and later analyzed, you'll simply assign a straightforward number value to each choice option. So, strongly disagree will be assigned a value of 1. Disagree will be assigned a value of 2, and so on, with strongly agree receiving a value of 5. If you've been referring to the scale sheets in Section 2 of your resource book, I'd like to invite you to flip back now to Section 3, finding the page with the heading On Scoring and Introduction. On this page, under the title Averaging, you'll find the key to unmixing the SSGG and PMPV questions, which you remember were mixed together on the left-hand side of the scale sheets. So as you can see, on those scale sheets you had been referencing in Section 2, the PMPV items are 1, 3, 4, 6, and 10. Correspondingly, the SSGG items are 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9. In the next session, we will go a bit further in our conversation about scoring, but don't worry. The only hardware you'll need to follow along is the simple calculator you can find on your phone or other device. See you soon.